Welcome to Q&A, Social Security Disability Today. This program is brought to you by the Reeves Law Firm, representing you and your Social Security and disability needs. If you have a problem or questions regarding Social Security and disability, call attorney Anthony Reeves. Here's your host, attorney Anthony Reeves.
The danger of using some other person's medication. Now, I know there's going to be somebody right here going to say, Mr. Reeves, please. Attorney Reeves, please. That's common sense. And as silly as it may seem, I agree. It is common sense. But it's my responsibility to let you know that there are times when people make hard life choices. And one of those life choices may be choosing to take medication that is not theirs. And on the occasion that I run across people who do so, I have to give you a couple of pieces of information that's important for you to understand about why it's dangerous, not only from a common sense health standpoint to use other medications, but just from how it may relate to your Social Security. Well, allow me to expound. First, it's not prescribed by your doctor. Think about this from a common sense standpoint. You're taking medication that was not prescribed for you by your doctor. So you don't even know if that dosage is appropriate for you, proper for you. You don't know what type of impact it's going to have on you physically, psychologically. You don't know any of those things. So let's talk about from that standpoint. It's not being prescribed by your doctor. So you don't even know if what you're taking is what you're supposed to be taking anyway. Secondly, it's not being followed by your doctor. One of the great things about having a doctor prescribe medication to you is so that if you have problems with that medication, side effects that may be, or more importantly, if the medication is not working, you have a person you can go to who can adjust the medication so that it can properly handle the symptoms and signs that you're experiencing. Well, guess what? If you're just randomly taking medication from other people, there's nobody who's monitoring and following that to ensure that you're taking the proper dosage, and more importantly, that's helping you find alternatives if it's a problem, or adjust it if it needs to be corrected in order to improve upon your situation. It may make you look like you have drug-seeking behavior. Now, I know that's a harsh thing to say, but I want you to think about this. And I know how it goes now. Somebody's giving you medication on the slide. They got a couple extra pills that they shooting your way. They think no harm, no foul. You got the same problem as them. But think about how it looks like. You're sitting here and you're having a problem. Let's say you're in a lot of pain and somebody's giving you some of their Percocet or their Oxycontin. You're taking medication that should be prescribed by a physician and followed by a physician independent of that, and you're doing it for a prolonged period of time. Prolonged can be a couple of weeks, can be a couple of months. After a while, Social Security is going to start wondering if you're self-medicating. Now, mind you, there's some people say, well, this is self-medication is no different from me drinking alcohol. That's a whole different beast in itself as well. But keep in mind how it looks. You're seeking medication to treat your own problem. You're not a doctor. You don't know what this is going to do to you. As a matter of fact, it may be making your situation worse. So be mindful. You're self-medicating. That's how it may come off as a drug-seeking behavior. And then finally, it may affect your credibility depending on your condition. What do you mean by that? Well, think about it. I'll be the first to tell you, if I don't feel good, I know I spent my time in school to become a lawyer, not a doctor. So I'm not going to go here and look on Google and find out what medications I need to take for my own symptoms. As they always say, a person who has himself as a client or a patient has himself for a fool as a client or patient. That was done for a reason. Imagine going before a court and telling a judge that you are in so much pain from your condition that instead of taking it upon yourself to go to a doctor who can help you treat that, you have chosen to get medication on your own. But the problem is not only is that a problem in terms of credibility, is that one, the judge has no idea the severity of your conditions because one, you're self-medicating yourself with medication that are not prescribed to you. The judge is not going to know if that medication is being taken because you are legitimately in pain or if you're just taking it because you want the drugs and you're just looking for an excuse to get those drugs. I know this sounds common sense, but let me say it to you again. Taking someone else's medication is dangerous from a personal standpoint, a health standpoint, and it definitely can be harmful to your Social Security case as well.